Everyone tells you to buy NVIDIA, but here is the cold, hard truth. By the time a stock is a household name, the institutional easy money has already been made. If you invest $1,000 into a trillion-dollar giant, you are hoping for a double. But if you invest that same $1,000 into the silent plumbing of the AI revolution, you are looking for a life-changing 10x or 50x. Today, we are looking past the hype and into the three sleeper sectors that are quietly weaponizing artificial intelligence to disrupt trillion-dollar legacy industries. This is how you play the AI boom without following the herd.
The AI market is currently in a state of irrational exuberance. Retail investors are piling into overvalued chipmakers, ignored by the fact that the hardware is only the first phase. The history of technology teaches us that the real wealth isn't in the people building the tracks. It is in the companies running the trains. We are entering the application layer phase. To turn $1,000 into a meaningful portfolio, we need to find the sectors where AI creates defensible moats, where the data itself becomes the most valuable asset on the planet.
The first sector is one that most tech investors overlook because it involves biology. It currently takes an average of 10 years and $2.6 billion to bring a single drug to market. The failure rate is 90%. AI is changing that math forever. We are moving from discovery to design. Companies are now using generative AI to fold proteins and simulate chemical reactions in seconds that used to take years in a wet lab. This is the birth of digital biology, and it is the single most asymmetric bet in the AI space today.
Look at the data. AI-designed drugs are already entering phase 1 human trials. This is no longer science fiction. By utilizing AlphaFold-like architectures, these companies can predict how a molecule will interact with a human cell before it's even synthesized. When you invest here, you aren't just betting on a tech company. You're betting on the end of incurable diseases. Your $1,000 here buys you a stake in the literal future of human longevity.
The second sector is the one that feeds the world, agriculture. We have a global crisis, shrinking arable land and a growing population. The solution isn't more tractors, it is smarter ones. We are seeing a shift to smart farming automation hubs. Imagine a fleet of autonomous drones and ground robots that can identify a single weed amongst a million crops and spray it with a laser-guided microdose of herbicide. This isn't just farming, this is computer vision applied to global food security.
The moat here is the data. These AI systems are learning soil composition, weather patterns, and pest cycles across millions of acres. This creates a feedback loop where the software gets better every single harvest. For an investor, this means high-margin, recurring revenue from software-as-a-service models in an industry that has historically been low-margin. This is where the boring business of food meets the exponential growth of silicon. The third sector is the physical bridge between the cloud and the real world, edge computing. Currently, AI lives in massive data centers, but for an autonomous car to make a split-second decision or for a smart grid to prevent a blackout, the AI needs to live at the edge, on the device itself. This requires a completely different architecture of localized hardware and decentralized AI processing. As everything from your fridge to your local traffic light gets smart, the companies providing this edge intelligence will be the new gatekeepers.
Why is this better than NVIDIA? Because NVIDIA builds the brains in the cloud. Edge AI requires low-power, high-efficiency neurons that can operate without a constant internet connection. We are talking about the decentralization of intelligence. This sector is currently fragmented, which is exactly where the alpha is. While the world stares at ChatGPT, the real infrastructure is being built in the specialized chips and software that power the Internet of Things.
Let's be real. Investing in AI is risky. For every success, there will be 10 bankruptcies. This is why we don't bet the farm on one ticker. When you have $1,000, your biggest enemy isn't volatility, it's total loss. We need to look for companies with strong balance sheets or specialized ETFs that give us broad exposure to these three sectors without the single point of failure risk. We are looking for the boring winners of the AI revolution.
How do you actually deploy the $1,000?
I recommend a 33-33-33 split across these three niches. By diversifying across biointelligence, smart agriculture, and edge computing, you are hedging against a downturn in any single industry while remaining fully exposed to the AI macro trend. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-wealthy over the next decade strategy. We are buying the future while it is still on sale.
But there is one more thing. There is a fourth phantom sector that is starting to emerge, one that combines all three of these. It involves the merging of AI with robotics in the household. While that is still 24 months away from being investable, the data we are seeing from early-stage labs is staggering. If you want to stay ahead of that curve, you need to understand the foundations we've discussed today. The window of opportunity for early AI investing is closing faster than you think.
The AI revolution will be the greatest wealth transfer in human history. You can either be a consumer of it or an owner of it. By moving your focus away from the crowded NVIDIA trade and into these three high-growth sectors, you are positioning yourself for the next leg of the bull market. If you found this deep dive valuable, subscribe and hit the bell. We are tracking these sectors weekly to ensure you never miss a shift in the narrative. The future belongs to those who see it first.